Hi guys, so welcome to my channel. Before we get started, please make sure you hit the thumbs up, click the notification bell, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Beautiful, magical people. Okay, now that I'm done being a dork, let's get into our magic and paychecks discussion for week number 2. Or like this is the second episode. Yeah, second episode. So the topic of discussion is compound energy. And what I mean by compound energy, I mean what are the things that you do on a day-to-day basis to help build up your muscle of consistency? Because that shit sometimes is really fucking hard to maintain. Because you have things things like fucking life happening. For some of us who have anxiety like myself, there are days where it is really hard for me to just get out of the bed or to just find the motivation to just do normal day-to-day shit. So I had to get to a point where I really had to start working on myself, my mental health, and doing little things like, from my last video, if you haven't watched already, you know that I talk about just basically being on your shit and holding yourself accountable. And I think for me, just like the things that I said I wanted to do, I just had to get up and start doing them. Even if it was, I had to take baby steps to get there, I had to do it just so I can build up that muscle. And now we're talking about compound energy. It's like the days that, like, when I was in a rut the past couple days, and that was a moment for me where it was like, fuck, how do I pull myself out of this? Because I know I've got to get shit done. Like, I did give myself a couple days to rest and, like, recover. But at the same time, I didn't want to sit in that for too long. Like, it took a lot out of me. And it took a lot of me on the 4th day to be like, okay, you've got to get up, you've got to try something different, because just sitting around and like not doing anything isn't working. So try to do one thing. And I was like, you know what, I haven't been keeping up with running at least 3 times a week, but the last 2 weeks of January, I had ran at least once a week. I was like, okay, let me try to go for a run. The run was fucking terrible. It was hard. Like, I kind of walked and ran throughout that run, and it wasn't great. I was very frustrated when I first started. And by the time I got back, like, from my cool down, which is when I like maybe a half a mile on my way back to the house, I'll just walk or do a light jog just to cool down from all the work I just did running down to the Taco Bell that I'm at, but like the Taco Bell that's close to me, which is like a mile and a half away, maybe a little less than a mile and a half, like 1.2, 1.3 miles. And I came back up and did my cool off. And when I got back home, I felt a little bit better. I was like, okay, mental note, this actually helped me it's like my muscle memory kicked in. This actually helped me to be more productive. This got I don't want to say juices flowing, because that sounds kind of weird, but you know, it helped me get my momentum up. From all the momentum that I had been building from running and from the past like 3-4 weeks, and then making out the things that I make a list of, but my to-do list, I have been knocking those out every day. So even if it's something small, like, I have to start with baby steps. For me, I'm not gonna say I'm afraid of change, but change is sometimes very difficult for me, and I like it, but I don't at the same time, especially when it's not at my own pace. Like, if you try to, if the universe will be like, hey girl, we're gonna do this, boom, I'm like, I wasn't prepared. But it is what it is. So with the things at least I know I can control, I have to do baby steps until I get to a point where it's like, okay, now I'm ready to go full speed ahead. And that's where the compound energy comes from. Like, I'm actively made it a point to continuously do the same things over and over and over again. And the energy was built up. So the time when I did feel burnt out, when I did get into a rut, it was like, okay, I have this little pocket of energy or this bank of energy that I can pull from that can help me push myself and continue to do what I'm doing. Now, in the midst of the compound energy also, it's okay to take time to rest and recover. Now, I'm not saying you can do this forever, but like you gotta find a balance. And I think finding balance will probably be like another topic that I do for a video. But yeah. Also, with compound energy, I kept talking about, I've said this in the previous video where I wanted to leave my job, and I've just been putting in applications. I said I wanted to get an internship, putting in applications. The compound energy, I feel like if you really want to do something, then you've just got to go do it. And that means that you've got to be putting those little baby steps. You've got to be putting a little bit of energy, or you could do a lot, whatever is comfortable for you, but you're putting in that amount of energy on a day-to-day basis, and you're watching that energy. It's building and it's building, and it's been in the, just when you think, oh gosh, I've been doing this shit for the longest, nothing is happening, that usually right there is when the breakthrough happens. I can say this from experience because that shit happened to me. Literally, the past couple weeks, past couple months, I have been putting in application after application after application for an internship. And I was like, okay, trying to like rack my brain, like, what the fuck? Why am I not getting any responses? Maybe I need to go, I was like, let me look over my resume. Let me see what I'm doing. So I enlisted the help of my friends and also did some research on my own and how to redo my resume and like make it look fucking beautiful. Because I was like, I don't know, but I'm not going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over, because that is the definition of insanity. I mean, I am crazy, but like, not that crazy. But I did that. Also, I was using one website, which I was like, girl, it's the interwebs. There's many websites you can use, so go do it. So I was using Indeed at first, and I did some research on some other websites. Honestly, I think after I was like, okay, clearly Indeed is not fucking working, I went to Google and I was like, websites where you can apply for internships, and then I think it's like chegg.com, which is like chegg.com. That shit popped up. There's a bunch of other websites that popped up, and I just started applying to as many internships as I possibly could, because I was like, what you're not gonna do, Yasmin, sit and say that you want something and not put the time and energy into what you say you want to do. Because eventually, as many knows, there might be sometimes it just takes that one yes to change your whole life. Okay? Fast forward to like last week when I was putting in applications. I mean, when I say I'm putting in 2 to 3 applications every single day. That's a lot of applications. I just want you guys to know. Now, I will say there were times I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm tired. No one's responding to me. It's okay. Fighting. But we're here. I had an internship. I had an interview for an internship, and drum roll please. And I'm super fucking pumped. Compound energy, people. Compound energy, okay? Keep doing it. You gotta keep going. And it's just like the bank right here. The energy bank. Let that shit build up. Let it build up, okay? And keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. Even though I'm not gonna sit here and say that everything is all hunky-dory, but sometimes really what it is in this life is all about your mindset. If you can change that, then you can do almost anything in any given situation. And trust me, I know I'm a little country girl from North Carolina. I done been through some things, but just like everybody else has been through some things, we all have figured out our ways on how to shift our mindset so that we're not living mentally in the same state of being that we were whenever we were in pain or in trauma. You can transform that shit. You can. Absolutely. And that was one of the main reasons why I even started doing these videos in the first place. Is one, I like to fucking talk a lot. Also, I mean, I love talking to people about what I learned and like just gems. I don't know. Sometimes I just think about shit and I want to like word vomit all knowledge and epiphanies, whatever the fuck you want to call them. And I don't know, this is fun as well. So I'm also treating this like a journal. So I'm excited to be able to look back on these videos 6 months from now, just to see where I've grown and how far I've come along. I think this is what I wanted to do, something like this earlier on, but I just never, I don't know, I didn't fucking do it. I mean, none of it even matters now. We're here, we're doing the videos, and I just want to say I'm grateful to each and every person that has watched these videos thus far. So kudos to you. You fucking rock. Love you. I do. Good juju for you. Good juju for you. Good juju for you too. And also, just so I can start giving you guys better content, and my phone doesn't have enough storage. So if you guys want to donate so that we can keep giving you these lovely videos and I can get some more fucking storage on my phone. Please make sure you go ahead and in the description. There's a link in the description where you can donate to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and just listening to my crazy self, you know, little girl from the country, from Hickory, North Carolina. No, most of you will not know where the fuck that is, but for those of you who do, we rocking. All right, guys, thank you so much again. Please make sure you like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and if you guys have things you want to talk about, if you want to collaborate with me, or if you just want to be on this channel and have a discussion with me, let me know. Leave a message, leave a comment, share this, and also make sure you share this with everyone. If you have anything you want to say, please reach out to me, because I do love talking to people. I do love seeing people grow, and I'm an introvert, so sometimes it's kind of hard for me to just be open with people, but I really do want to grow with you guys. I want this to be a community where we can all be there for each other. All right? Thank you guys so much, and I love you. Be blessed. Also, for those of you who do not know, I'm also an artist as well. So if you want to hear my music, please make sure you can follow me on Instagram, or I can leave a link in my description so you guys can go listen. Follow me on Spotify. I'm also on Tidal on all streaming platforms, and hopefully soon. I think I want to give this channel a couple more weeks, and I'll start working on some merch. So if you guys are interested in merch at all, I mean, let me know. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.